Hey everyone, it's Nakul from Wicky. Welcome to the podcast, the Punters Preview Pod for NRL Round 12. Look, just like it was in 2023, Magic Round was absolutely freaking amazing for us in 2024. This message you see on your screen from our Discord, if you're listening to this and you're not watching, last weekend was an all-time low. Honestly, it felt crap. Our premium tips were at minus 26% for the season. To give you some context, we were plus about 25, 26% for a whole season last year, and we were at minus 26. And honestly, like we're putting a lot of time and money into all this, and that felt crap. And also because like I'm not really going to change, well, I wasn't really going to change what I was doing. We were doing really smart stuff, getting on value, and we just kept not hitting. And I was like, I've done this for so long. I'm not changing my ways. I will keep hitting value, and it has to turn around. Well, it did. It was absolutely freaking awesome. So you guys would have seen we hit Hazelton at 41s, Cook at 51s, both like last try scorer, both in the article for free for everyone. Everyone wanted that. That was awesome. But for us, we hit Kami Kamika in premium. We got him in three different ways when there was a late team change, and it added up to over 140 to 1. So as you can see here, I just updated the graphic. We're sitting in a much, much better position now. We're at minus 8%. So we went from minus 26 all the way to minus 8. Hopefully, one more good round before Origin. Obviously, this is the last round before State of Origin teams get picked, and we'll be around break-even point and we'll explode through. Last year, if you guys followed Wicky, we had an amazing run from Magic Round all the way up until round 27. I think we had 4 or 5 different rounds where they were just as good as last weekend was, where we hit like 5 different winners at 34, 41, 81, 101, etc. It was insane. So anyways, Google Wiki Linktree, guys, as always. Our Discord is completely free. Obviously, there's 4,200 odd people in there. All our stuff, which I'll show you on, there you go, is all free. So our Discord's here, our odds comparison tool, Wiki Premium, etc., etc. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here that I won't talk through everything right now. But yeah, Google Wiki Linktree, you'll find it all here for free. I wanted to very quickly talk through our Discord real quick, because I think like we have a couple of different types of people. We've got the people who come in the NRL channel, love chatting shit when the games are on and put on multis and all that kind of stuff, which is completely fine. I'm obviously, I always tell you guys, please stop bloody betting on multis as your main thing. I put out 1 per game. I put out 8 multis every round, 1 or 2 extra sometimes, but whatever. But then we put out like 40 or 50 article tips or whatever it ends up being, and then about 100 premium tips. So about 10% of the stuff that comes out from us are multis. And obviously, I know most of you only punt for fun, you punt small amounts and just want to do multis, and I can't stop you. But please understand that it is horrible value. And if that's all you're punting on, just stop wasting your money. I've said it so many times and I'll say it again. Anyways, all right, let's get so a couple of highlights, guys. I've already talked about the big wings, but I got to say, I won't talk through all of them, but there were 3 different multis paying, I think, 46, 51, and 76 that were all one leg away from winning. And that would have just, that would have broken our Discord. It would have been amazing. 2 of them were super close. The Teddy try when he was over at the end of the Sharks Roosters game and there was like literally a blade of grass in it, that would have won us a 51 to whatever multi. This try was Val Holmes. He was super close a couple times. The other 3 scored, that was 76 to 1. Anyways, so the multis just for fun, and it was a lot of fun riding them. I'm not too fast when they don't get up. It's a small part of my punting, and I'm always telling you guys that it should be a small part of yours. And if they win, it's an awesome story and it's a bit of fun. But yeah, all right, let's move on to it, guys. So just a quick recap. I put this graphic up on our Discord every week. I'm accountable. Wiki's my full-time business. The content, the tips, all the stuff that I'm doing, we've got a team behind us. We've got 5 full-time guys, a couple of tech guys part-time, and myself. This is a full-time gig for us. And in saying that, the minus 34 looks a bit ugly, but look, as I said, like we've done this for a long period of time, and I put in the best possible picks in at the time for the article, and our premium stuff, it's at minus 8, but I'm really keen for that to explode into the positives real soon. And that is it. So let's move on to it, guys. So this is going to have to be a relatively quick pod, because I've got another one to record straight after for SuperCoach. So what I wanted to talk through, usually what I do, by the way, is I go game by game and I go through any time and first try scorer for all the different games. I'm not going to do that this week. I'm going to change it up a little bit. We always only get like 100 or 200 people checking out the pod, and I don't always. I get no feedback on what you guys like, what you don't like, etc. So I'm going to try something different, see how that goes. And if you want something specific, then tell me. Like, tell us in the YouTube comments, tell us on Discord, email, or whatever you want to do. But yeah, this is obviously here, the Try-Score odds comparison tool. We do have a premium version of this with more bookies, and it's got 9 markets or 8 markets instead of 2. So if you're interested in that, obviously check that out. And then I'm going to run through, because I'm doing this on a Thursday morning instead of a Wednesday night. I've already written the punters preview, or I've already put the picks in for the article. So I'm going to talk through the picks instead of going through the odds comparison tool. I'm going to very quickly talk through a game with our left v right article. So if you haven't checked that out, I think you'll love that. It's got all the players, and like, this does change week to week, but it's our best guess at what has been happening and what we think will happen on who's on the left and who's on the right. I won't talk through this, guys, but Young Sinatra and Kyle from our Discord put this together every week. It's absolute gold. Funnily enough, they've got Kool-Aid here as a buy, but he's just been ruled out for this week, unfortunately. But yeah, you definitely want to check this out if you play NRL Fantasy. And then on our link tree later today, drop something. You'll see the pod that I do with Aman Talks NRL SuperCoach. So whether it's punting, it's SuperCoach, it's fantasy, or just rugby league chat, we've got you covered, and it's all for free. Google Wiki link tree. I'm going to close the fantasy stuff just for now. Last thing I'm going to do before I get into actually going through it game by game, guys. So I thought, honestly, at the start of the season, I was telling our team that, like, I don't want to have to sell or like convince people to join Wiki Premium. Like, why the hell am I convincing people when I've personally made money from this for best part of a decade or more, but like, I've done this through Wiki for, I think this is my 4th season putting tips out now. Obviously, the odds aren't as good as they were in the last couple of years, but what we're doing with getting on late changes at the best price, using my knowledge of middle forwards, especially for try scores over a long period of time, trying to get on players like Tommy Hazelton. You guys will all know him now. Well, I wrote about him in our Punters preview article before he'd even scored his first try. He was just a bench random at the Sharks. Anyways, so Wiki Premium, I'll just click through and I'll just show you very quickly. So this is in our link tree, by the way, guys. If you want to check this out, it'll be here. What is Wiki Premium Explainer article? So check this out. You can read through all of this. But I'll just explain. So the gold guys get, as soon as markets drop on a Tuesday evening, I send through tips for the gold guys. The silver guys get the same tips like almost 24 hours later. They get most of the prices, but the gold, like, if you're going to pay for premium, you want to be getting gold. I think we actually have more. I thought there was 5 spots. I think there's like 10 spots. So there are a few spots, but they are capped. So if you're interested, you can sign up just for a month. Like, you don't have to sign up for a year or anything like that. But yeah, max 30 members, so crack in here if you're keen. And then we do tips 24 hours and 1 hour before every game, because that's when teams are updated. There is some gold in NRL try scorers. I can't believe I have to sell this. Like, you've been in our Discord, you see how well we've done over a long period of time. And it's not even just about the results in the short term. I don't understand. If you bet small and you bet for fun, then this isn't for you. You shouldn't be paying $200 or $300 if that's all you bet per week or per month, right? But if you take your punting seriously and you're betting on try scorers for fun and putting on multis and bets on wingers and stuff like that, this is something that you're going to want to try. Shelve your own stuff or minimize your own stuff so you're not spending even more on punting, because we do have about 100 picks every week. But yeah, if you punt quite a bit and you spend quite a bit of time on your rugby league punting, then this is for you. Obviously, feel free to DM me if you have any questions, but gold and silver are the 2 obvious things to look at, and bronze if you just want access to the premium version of this odds comparison tool. All right, guys, enough of that. Let's get into it. So what I thought I'd do is I'll go through the odds comparison tool just for one game, just to very quickly explain to you how I look into this. But also, there's an article right here helping you use the try-score odds comparison tool to make sense of that. And then I'm going to go through the punters preview article and explain my picks. But what I'll do actually is I'll break down one game using the odds comparison tool and the left v right article. So I might do, let's just do the Friday night game, for example, right? And then, because I've done everything for that, and then I'll go through the picks for every game. And I've got about 15 minutes left to try to smash this out. Oh, and I'll very quickly at the end talk through my super coach team. All right, cool. So way I do this is you go by model value. Jake Trbojevic got a ton of tries early in his career, and he always shows up. You can avoid him. He's a dud. That's fine. A couple of picks that definitely stand out: Remus Smith, Ruben Garrick, both juiced, both tasty odds at Bet365 around $3.75 for Remus Smith and $3 for Garrick. The other one I do is market value and look at starters only and then go, does one bookie price a certain player way higher than others? And you see again, Ruben Garrick is probably like my pick of this game because at $3 odds, he really does stand out. Then reset just for fun, go the same game, go starters, first try. So you want to look at the juiciest odds. I really like LOI. I'm pretty sure I've put him as a tip in our article, but yeah, he's paying 71s on Toppy. Tui Kamika, we nailed him. I think we got 81s for first try scorer when he was a late change last week. 51s is actually still okay to get on him, but I think 61s would be very nice for Kamika. I think more than I'm bragging about a win from last week here for the premium guys, but I think I do like him as a ball runner. But I think what I really like is like the way that Harry Grant plays from dummy half. If you remember last year, he put Christian Welsh in for a try second half of the season. And it was the first try as well. I think it was on the right side of the ruck. And he just went like bang, like just from dummy half, like really crisp, flat pass. And Welsh just went through a hole super easy. That's exactly what happened here with Kamika pretty much. So I think it's like you're not necessarily playing the player, although I like Kamika more than Welsh. You're more playing the dummy half, and it's a big thing we've learnt from Jeremy Marshall King. That's why we like the Dolphins forwards. Nakul streamed over again last week super easily because that Marshall King is just so good at identifying gaps near the try line. Anyways, cool. So I think LOI is one that stands out here. In terms of market value, no, I think the bookies have started taking him down because he's been ruled out. Harry Grant at 26s is decent as well. Interesting. Saab at 11s, the model love that. So I think if you like that manly right side, Saab at 11s could be a really good play. Cool. So same thing for this guy. So what I thought I'd do is the way I'll break it down is we do this for every game, right? So we've got Young Sinatra from our Discord helps us put together left v right stuff. He's really good at sort of watching the games and knowing who plays where. I've got a pretty good idea as well, but he puts together these graphs for us. Oh, Jesus Christ, man, sorry. And I do the write up. So I reckon Jerome Hughes has been named, but there's a really good comment by Clarkey, I think, on the Tripod Potty, where he said, Bellamy literally said, why would we play Hughes when we've got to buy straight after? We'll most likely be resting him. He has been named, but I think it's a case of Munster's out, Pappenhausen's out. Who's the backup? Oh, it's going to kill me now. Oh, Pezzett, Jonah Pezzett. He's injured as well. And they've got Wishart and basically no one else to go into the half. So I reckon what they've done is name Hughes just to keep it simple for now. See how he goes throughout the week. Most likely, I reckon he gets rested, and then it's like Meany or Grant Anderson or some shit to the halves. Anyways, it'll be interesting to see what happens there. There's no clear edges, I think, in terms of like where they score their tries and stuff. What did I say here? With the right edge and Manly back together. So what's important here is DCE, Olakawatu, Garrick, and Saab. Oh, there is talk that Garrick could be moved to fullback because Kula is out. Okay, whatever. Sorry, let's get back to the point. Yeah, that rider edge is back. DC Olakawatu Saab's back. I reckon he is a really good shot scoring a try. Absolutely love for Alongo, the fullback who's a freak from the Melbourne Storm, filling in for Pappenhausen. Oates is the other one on the left wing. This was not the best game to go through for this. I might just very quickly show you an example with some stats that might be a bit better. There you go. All right, cool. Very quickly, tonight's game. Dogs, Dragons, 46% of the Dogs' tries have been scored on the left, and the Dragons have conceded 53% of the tries on the right. and only 21 on the left. So yeah, some actual stats behind what I'm saying here. And the Dragons scored 67% of their tries on the right versus only 18% on the left. So obviously in games where there's like very clear trends, then I try to highlight those. But I love that. The right winger for the Dragons has scored 9 tries compared to 0 for the left. So everyone, if you just follow rugby league for fun, you're probably putting multis on with Ravalava because he scored a lot for the last couple of years because he was the right winger on Ben Hunt's side. He's now gone to the left, which makes him a horrible option, and Lomax is that right winger. So yeah, SuperCoach Guns try map. Obviously, guys, check that out. He does this every week. We collab with him, does some really cool stuff. All right, that's enough in terms of the article. You get my point in terms of what we try to do here. You also get the point in terms of the odds comparison tool. If you need help making sense of it all, we've got a bit of info over here. That's probably enough for now. So again, guys, Google Wiki Linktree, you can check all this out. I will go game by game very quickly, talk through the picks, and then finish off with chatting about my fantasy and super coach team. I can't guarantee all these prices are still around, guys. This is from last night, so Wednesday night. I'm doing this potty on Thursday morning, but let's go. Jack Bird, standout price, first try score at 26s. I think the premium boys and I got on him 29s maybe on Tuesday, and I love that, but I still really, really like the 26s. Preston, if he doesn't end up starting, he will definitely play most of the game on second row, in the second row, like he did last week. He scored the 3rd or 4th try, I think, last week. Chasing a grubber. He's a great hole runner as well. He's an absolutely excellent option. 26s on Dabble. Sewer and Kickout both been really impressive this year. 12s, just over 8s for first, second, or third try score on Neds. Kickout, lethal left, like a really good form this year. Sewer's fighting it out for an Origin jersey. The Dragons aren't impressive, but they're sticking around and they're competing. That's why I like those. Cowboys, Tigers. There could be a couple of changes for the Tigers coming up, guys. But Matamua, I think the premium guys and I smashed him at like over 90, I think, for first try scorer. But I still really like him at 71. I looked at his stats. He scored 2 tries in reserve grade this year. I haven't watched too much of him, but I do love my roughies. And if all you're going to do is bet on Hazelton and Fenwell Blake, well, they're paying in the 20s now for first try scorer. So you got to identify some of these guys before they make it. And the big one with Matamua is he's got Api Coruscant at hooker. There's talk that might change, but they have a game style where their outside backs are not in good shape. So if they do score tries, I'm going to say that it's going to be through the middle of the field. And I can't believe Neem is still 51s. Freakish try scorer. Scored 3 tries in about 50 games off the bench, first try scorer, second half. So now they're starting. I love him at that 51 price range for FTS and LTS. Amazing price. Seagull Storm, again with Cammy, we're getting 51s. Not amazing because I was hoping for sort of that 60-ish price, but still really, really good. Scored last week from Harry Grant, strong ball runner. Would probably feel a bit of confidence from last week after scoring. And there you go, LOI at 71s or 67s for LTS. Love that as well. That's on Toppy and 365 respectively. Grant was 34s and now you see he's into 26s. So if you're getting on these picks, you have to get on as soon as you see them on a Wednesday evening. You can't be waiting till game day. And remember, I'm tipping on prices. So it's not like I think Josh Alloway is going to score the first try for sure. I'm always thinking about what the price is their value. I don't care what you think will happen, what I think will happen. It's all about the price and value long term. Raiders, Roosters, love Brandon Smith at 41s. Can't believe that survived. I think that's a case of we hit Gamble a couple of weeks ago in round 9 at 41s FTS, Hazelton and Cook at 41 and 51 respectively. I think this Brandon Smith 41s price is one of those where you look back and you're like, how the hell did they keep it at that price? That's obviously good value. So yeah, love that one. Emre Gula, I always talk about yeah, okay. Well, he has scored very little. I think he's got like 1 or 2 tries maybe in his whole career. I really like his running style. He will score someday, and I think it's a very juicy price. And same thing with Tapine. Can't believe he's still sort of around that 81 mark. Freak player. No Papa, which means hopefully Tapine stands up. And then Mariota, FTS second half 81. Similar reason with these 3 guys. Raiders are not as good of a team as the Roosters, but they fight, they stay in the contest, and I'm backing one of their middles to crash over. Sharks v Panthers, some good value. So Yowie was $9 anytime try scorer last week when I tipped it. He scored super easy try last week. I can't believe he's around 51s, which I think is a really good price. Again, this week, Fisher Harris at 67. Again, it's just about the price. He scored one try this week, if not this season, sorry. Obviously a strong ball runner. Won't talk too much about him. With Yo, he's actually scored more tries than you would think in the last couple of seasons, whereas Fisher Harris is just about the price. That price is just a joke for Kenny and Sorensen. Sorensen's playing left edge and he's priced at like around 40, first try score 42, which is a joke, and 78 for Kenny is also a joke. And so it's 57 for Brayley, to be honest. I absolutely love these three picks. On Neds, Kenny, Sorensen, Brayley, 26, 14, and 19 for first, second, or third try each on Neds. Just crazy prices. Mawale, another one. I think he scored one try for Cook Islands in the limited amount of games he's played for them. He's only scored a try or two in the NRL. He scored early this season, actually, around 3-ish, I'm going to say. So he's 67s. Cook is 34s for FTS and LTS on Spotsman and Dabble. And Tuolangi, who's been playing edge off the bench in the last sort of 20-ish minutes of the game, is 67s on 365. That Tuolangi price is about 1.5, maybe even 2. No, you know what? About 2x almost of what it should be. Just absolute joke of a price. Amazing value. Mawale is like Matamua, more of a early career potential pick. Cook, dude, he just did it last week. That price against Eels is pretty good. And then Lane, Ned's always priced Lane quite well. He's first, second, or third at 13s on Ned's. Broncos Titans. So interesting thing to note here. Apparently, Reece Walsh and Payne Haas aren't 100% confirmed. Haas obviously went off with an injury, and Walsh was meant to have a 1-week injury. We all thought he's going to be back, but apparently it's not 100% yet. So assuming they both play, which they should, the Titans are screwed with injuries. So love Payne Haas. If you watch Haas, by the way, very closely in the last 2-3 weeks, he's been playing a little bit more extravagantly with the ball in hand. So he scored a really fucking good try about 3 weeks ago. And last couple of weeks, he's had some like sideways runs, breaking tackles and stuff like that. So that makes me a lot more excited because before it used to be like, oh, Payne Haas, he's a gun. And I used to tip him sometimes at juicy prices. But he was kind of just like a really good, strong worker. Whereas now I feel like he's branching out a little bit more, which is exciting when we bet on him at try scorer. Picks first and last, separate 51 on Neds for him. Madden at 29 on Neds, FTS. And Ricky, FTS and LTS, 26s on Dabble. The Titans are just absolutely screwed. They've now lost Jolliffe. Their backline is just a mess. Warriors and Dolphins, guys, this game is actually quite interesting. So Marshall King, 17s on Ned for first, second, or third try, a 51 equivalent FTS. What? There's rumors that AFB is going to be ruled out. Rumors at this stage, and potentially another player. They're already missing Tohu Harris, Wade Egan, and Sean Johnson. That win against the Panthers was a one-off, man. Dolphins all the way in this one. Hammer's back as well, obviously. And Plath, he's a fucking really good ball runner. Really like Plath. 41's on an amazing price, but I'll be finding something for Nichols and Kerr and all the boys hopefully later this week, but really like Plath. I think that's it, guys. So I'm going to close all this stuff. Once again, Google Wiki Linktree, all the content, all the tips, our Discord, etc. are all there. I'll very quickly just spend literally like maybe 2 minutes on my SuperCoach and fantasy. I'll do fantasy first. So last week I got 950. Holy shit, that's pretty good. 953, round rank of 17K, overall rank still crap, 33K. This week, I think I've made one trade, which is Fini Fuwaki to KO Weeks. There's talk that Lockie Galvin could be rested this week, which, to be honest, I don't really care. I've got Salmon and Kinney. Look, my team is generally crap. And there's talk that AFB could be out as well. So I am screwed generally, and I am just going to have to cop it. I told you guys this in the last week on the Discord. My thought process is there are so many injuries that a lot of you casual rugby league fans probably don't even know half the names that are being named in the 17s these days. There's so many injuries and depth has been tested, etc. I would be smart during this period. This is not the week to make moves. This is the week to just make 0 or 1 trades. Wait to see what the hell is happening this round. Wait to see who the hell gets picked for Origin, including the 18th man, because remember they can't play next round, I believe. And then make decisions. Trust me, like I'm at 16 trades left. And I feel like I'm kind of, yeah, my team's obviously not doing very well. I'm ranked 33K. But yeah, this is the time to conserve trades. Next week, when you know who might have gotten injured or a HIA this week, you know who's been picked for Origin, you know who the hell teams are going to name next week. That's when you want to go hard and put your team together and structure it for the next 7 weeks. That'll be my approach anyways. SuperCoach, I'll be even quicker because I'm just about to do a SuperCoach pod. But yeah, crap. 26 and a bit K ranking, 1,200 something last week, which isn't great. Again, here my early, 748K left. I've gone Watson, who was a fluky, amazing trade. I traded him in for 100 odd, and his average has been great for the last 3 or 4 weeks. Watson, who's out for 3 or 4 weeks. Schiller, who has not been named for the Raiders. Trading both out for Fa'alongo and Brandon Smith. I could get Marshall King instead of Brandon Smith. I'm just a little bit scared that he keeps bloody getting injured. I might end up doing that because I've got a lot of money left and I don't know what to do with it. Obviously, I'll spend that next week, but like Trey Fuller should get a gig with the hammer out. So I've kept him. If Walsh is like ruled out this week, I'm going to lose my effing mind. But yeah, honestly, can't get too excited about this team. If they're all playing, probably more people haven't captained Walsh against this depleted Titans team, and no Stags and no Reynolds means that Walsh will get the kicking, you would think. So he'll be my captain and super coach. But that is it. Awesome, guys. Hope you enjoy the shorter, sharper pod. As I said, get onto Wiki Premium because we've only got a few slots left, and this is the juiciest part of the year. You've seen how we've gone. It hasn't been amazing, or it was actually horrible. We had an amazing week, and now it's okay. But that's the thing with Wiki Premium. If you're not going to bet on 100 value tips every week thinking that I want to bet on value long term, Wiki Premium won't be right for you anyway. But if it is, obviously check it out. Links on the link tree. DM me if you have any questions. Otherwise, I forgot to talk about this. If anyone's listening to the very end, our little custom markers that we make, I absolutely love doing these. And funnily enough, they're the most profitable thing so far for us this season. So yeah, check it out. I describe why I like them on our Discord. Everything, by the way, our multis and everything are all in Wiki Sports Picks. I also put this stuff on Tripod, the Facebook group, and Punter sometimes, etc. as well. But check it out. I put all my reasoning here. Graphics explain who the players are, price, etc. Anyways, guys, always punt responsibly. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy the last weekend of footy before the Origin teams are picked, and we just talk about Origin for the next 2 months. Good luck, guys.